we are back. How's it going, man?
I'm good, bro.
Good.
Yeah, just kicking it. Just
kicking it.
Just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. As far as like with everything with the business and stuff like that. As far as like how we can get more business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I ain't tripping. Trying to become financially free.
Yeah, financially free, financially fit. Make sure you don't have to worry about that money anymore.
Exactly.
Try to create some passive income.
I mean, everybody always talking about, being financially free. I mean that. Like, I really mean it. Like, I can care less about, like, material shit. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, man. Well, speaking of material shit.
Okay.
What do you think about people that, like, that bring stuff over to your house one by one, like a girl or maybe a guy? Y'all might be in a relationship, you might be seeing each other, and then they slowly start moving stuff over to your house, and then one day they just don't leave. Next thing you know, their clothes are in your closet, they got their stuff, their toothbrush in your sink or in your bathroom and everything, and they're staying there.
Well, basically that happens in a lot of relationships because people I really don't care about it because I'm not really interested in staying with anybody. I've had my share of times of staying with people, and it didn't work out too well. Every time I've had that situation or whatever, that staying with someone, it never just kind of went out the way I wanted it to. So I'm pretty much on like, you have your shit and I got my shit, and we can make that happen. Now you may bring stuff to my house, just because you may end up staying a night, maybe 2 nights, 3 nights or whatever, but you got to go home at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, we're not in the process. If we're not in the process of getting married, there's no point of you staying with me.
Yeah.
There's no point of that because I don't want to get kicked out. I've been kicked out before. So I've been kicked out of a woman's house before, like dead serious. And I've actually kicked a woman out of my house, but I really didn't even kick her out. We broke up, and so you ain't my shit, so I guess you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't even a kicking out. It was just like, okay, this is not working, and this is over with, so it's time for you to go, I guess,
Yeah.
But as far as like bringing stuff to someone's house and just kind of sliding your way in their apartment, people do it all the time. A lot of men are more likely to do it than women.
Yeah.
They are. Women do it, but men are more likely to do it because a lot of women these days are into the independent thing. So you don't see them doing it a lot. They usually already have their own place. They already have things going on. It's usually a lot of men who are immature that's trying to kind of live off a woman, and they'll bring a toothbrush and kind of start laying around their house, bringing clothes over, and then they start, more and more not going home and kind of just staying over there and laying up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Have you ever heard a situation like that? Somebody like that?
Yeah, no, the reason I brought it up was because I actually have a friend that told me that's how he got into his relationship with his girlfriend. They actually were not, like, they were seeing each other casually, and then step by step, like day by day, she would just bring like one.
So she just marked her territory.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it started out with the toiletries, like the toothbrush and all that, and the deodorant, like all that stuff in the bathroom, and then it got to maybe like I'm gonna bring like a picture, like something that kind of reminds me of, like, I guess home, but it's gonna be at your place. And then next thing you know, she's bringing in her clothes. She's bringing in all her stuff.
Yeah, but he allowed it.
He did allow it.
He allowed it. As much as he made like, oh yeah, this is how it happened.
Yeah.
You allowed it because you notice when someone's bringing stuff to your house.
Yeah.
You notice it.
Yeah.
And you kind of gotta allow that if that's what you, because if it was just a banging thing, it would just wasn't serious. It's very hard to turn something serious if you don't want it to be serious.
Yeah.
So I think that he actually was okay with that situation, and it was just something that he just probably just mentioned, like, this is how it kind of just happened, but it was okay with that situation because nobody's allowing you to
just
bring
don't notice.
Yeah, you notice. I mean, for him to even mention it, he noticed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He noticed. So at the same time, it's just like one of those things. Like he didn't mind because he liked being around that person.
Yeah.
If you didn't like being around a person or you knew that wasn't going anywhere, you'll let them know fast. Like, you got to get your shit out of my house.
Yeah.
Like, you need to quit bringing shit over here.
I just think it's funny that he feels like he needs to like tell us that it's, or like tell it, or like kind of like, I guess, communicating with me like he's not, like he wasn't really cool with it at first, and then it kind of grew on him. Like that's how he made it
sound good.
Yeah, it made it.
I mean, but it sound good.
Yeah.
You know, everybody want to make it like they did. Oh yeah, I wasn't really into that. Or quit lying.
Yeah.
You know, you wanted that girl just like she wanted you. That's why she did it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like I say, you know, if like for me, when I've dated chicks when I haven't had an apartment or whatever, you know, at a time. And they've actually tried to get me to move in. I moved in with one chick, and like I say, we stayed together. And she got mad because my cousin was over the house and my homeboy was over the house, and it was like late. It was 4th of July actually. It was the 4th of July weekend or whatever, and so we were barbecuing, and my cousin came over because he had to barbecue a couple things, but we were just sitting around chilling, playing the video game. And she been at work all day. So then she comes home and she's upset because, well, all these people in my house. Now, mind you, I'm paying bills just like she is up in this motherfucker. Like, so, yeah, it's your house, but I pay bills in this bitch too. You know what I'm saying? And so she was tripping. And so I was at a point where, like, man, you know what? I'm leaving with them when they leave. So she got mad at that and started hitting me.
Damn.
And so I pushed her back. She claimed that I put my hands on her. I'm calling the police. Oh, no, no, no. So I walk out. I'm walking out the door. She throws her cell phone with one of those Otterbox on that bitch. And she hit me right across my face. Man, it took everything in the life of me not to turn around and put hands on her.
Damn, she's got a good aim.
Oh, she hit me straight across the face.
Yeah.
And
It's great aim.
my cousin that was sitting there watching. And so I left. So she called the police or whatever. They came and everything. So, and they had to stay to make sure that she didn't lie on me like I was putting my hands on her. Mm-hmm. And so that was really like the last time I've ever stayed with anybody like that, because I felt like I would never. I remember talking to an older guy about that, staying with people and shit. And he said he only needed to get kicked out one time. He'll never stay with another person. And that's how I felt about it too. I'll never stay with another person after that, because, like I say, it was like one of those things you feel like, damn, now I got to get my shit out and move back to my mom's new crib because I don't have a place to stay because I was staying with her and I was paying bills over there. So now I got to stack up some more money to go move where I'm going to move to. And I was like, man, this is dumb. This is dumb. I would never do that again. So I don't give a fuck how much I like you and how cool we are. I'm not gonna stay with you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and what's ironic about her like wanting to call the police, like a lot of the time with that domestic stuff, like you were already wanting to leave anyway. A lot of the time they make you stay somewhere for the night. Like they ask you if you have somewhere that you can go, so like there's no more like trouble, at least for that night and everything, you know?
Well, I was already gonna leave. I have places I can go, but
my point was like her calling the cops isn't gonna get you to stay. Like she was wanting to like make a big deal.
Well, no. She tried to call the cops because she tried to claim that I put my hands on her.
Yeah.
That was the reason. She wasn't calling the cops before then.
Yeah, but the end game was she wanted you to stay, right? Like she wanted you to. Well, she got mad because you were gonna leave.
Well, she got mad at that, but her calling the cops wasn't about me staying. Her calling the cops was about me feeling like I put my hands on her. Yeah. And so that's why she called the cops.
Yeah, but
her initial anger came from me leaving.
Yeah.
You know, me about to leave and go with my friends. So I with that, I think that she was just more upset, like, I'm not mad. I don't want you to go, but I want them to leave. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, nah, you gonna act like that, I'm finna go too.
Yeah.
You know.
So did you make the decision that day not to go back?
Actually, she was a chick that I used to date in high school. I actually really cared about her. And I'd actually spent some fucking money on her. So I was actually trying to like talk and see if we could actually work it out.
Yeah.
And we just never did, and then it just kind of like the whole situation dissolved, and I moved around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it never worked out after that. But I mean, I was cool with it. I didn't give a damn. Shit, I don't get too caught up into like relationships like that no more. I can let a motherfucker go. Cause I don't want someone to love me too much, or I love them so much that I may kill somebody or they kill me.
Can't do without you.
Yeah. Your life is not gonna end just because I'm not in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and vice versa, it's not gonna end because you're not in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, I just feel like people just gotta understand, like, you know, sometimes you just live your course. You just run your course. The relationship ran its course. That's what it was. And then we got together like under a bad way of getting together because she was actually married at the time.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't have been even doing what we were doing anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. She was leaving her husband. She wasn't even divorced yet. And
they're just like separated or whatever.
They really separated because of me coming around.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I'm telling you, it was a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying our relationship was already built on some bull.
Yeah, it was not it didn't have a firm foundation.
It didn't have a firm foundation.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something that I like her and she like me, and we're getting, you know, she having issues in her marriage, but she should have handled that first.
Yeah.
And then came that way. So if anything had to kind of like progress between us, it would have been more of like, that's just between us. But you have these situations going on. You may be feeling like, why did you leave your husband? All type of stuff. You know, you just never know what a person is thinking. So at that time, you know, it was really a bad situation on both parts. You know, so we really, it really wasn't gonna work because we got together under the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I live and learn. It was a cool little situation, you know, at first, but we just wasn't compatible anymore.
Yeah, and it just kind of, that's crazy, man. Because it kind of seems like that. It kind of does go that way whenever you kind of, I'm not gonna necessarily say rush, but like when you kind of just jump into something with somebody and you might have known them for a while, but they're in another relationship. They're not happy in that relationship. Because I've been there too. I've done the same thing. I just haven't done it to the extent of like moving in with somebody, but I've been to the point where they're not fully done with their relationship and they want to come see you, and it never
you know, I was in
ends well.
I was really in my my fuckery time as far as like fuck everybody because my marriage didn't work, and it was on some shit like that because I had barely maybe I was probably 6-7 months out of my marriage, and I wouldn't even say it was that long because we got. Me and my ex-wife divorced like almost a year after I moved out of the house. So I don't even know. I like I said, I was just on some like fuck everybody. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna just do what I want to do.
Yeah, just trying to get yours.
Yeah. So, and I had to realize that wasn't the way. It wasn't gonna work out that way. I was just messing up other people's homes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to get myself together. And then I was like dating women and they was falling in love with me. And I was just like, I'm really not trying to go there. So, and one person that I felt like was a situation that that I feel bad about because she's a very, very good person, intelligent, successful person. And if I had been in a better place, I probably would have been that would have probably worked, but I wasn't in a good place then. And when she said she loved me when she loved me, I was like, oh, and I pushed her away.
Yeah.
You know, so. Because it kind of just, like, I wasn't in no love phase. I was just like, nah, I'm really just trying to bang and move around. Yeah. Not trying to be in a real relationship. You're trying to change me as far as, like, me smoking. Because at that time, I still smoked cigarettes, and she was a dental hygienist. And, you know, she's really about taking care of teeth and breath and stuff like that. And I was just like, nah, I'm fucking stop. I'm not stopping smoking. I'm just gonna fucking keep smoking. And she was really right. Cause later on I ended up stopping smoking anyway.
Yeah. And then it's one of those things because I've had it happen before with a girl too, where at the time it's not really something that you want the girl but there's something that is in the way of your relationship that you're not willing to let go of.
And at the time, I wasn't willing to let go of it.
And it's usually something very foolish, and it's usually something you end up letting go of later on your own anyway.
Yeah. But it was on my own time.
Yeah.
It wasn't on something that somebody told me that I need to do that. Like, you need to do this. I'm like, hell no, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do.
And you know, people, they don't like being told what to do.
Especially myself.
Yeah, they
so
do.
that's probably why I had so many fucked up relationships now, because I don't like to listen.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm okay.
Yeah.
So that's been our show. I know we got off a little bit on topic and everything, but at the same time, we try to keep it real as possible and just talk about what we thinking. If you like our show, man, leave it in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel. And you know who I am. I'm Kel.
And I'm Jake.
And you have been kicking it with Kel and Jake. Peace.